Some people enjoy it, some people love it, some people hate it. One thing is sure, the entire football community is praying that their players are coming back healthy after the international break. Well, this is not working for Juve because Chico Conceicao will not be there, or big chances that he will miss the Derby d'Italia against Inter this upcoming Saturday, September 13th. And that's a huge big pity. What are the options of Igor Tudor? What will he do for that big game? Will he go towards a change of way of playing, 3-5-2, 3-4-1-2, or will he stick with that 3-4-2-1, changing the names up front? Is there a chance to see Openda starting? That's what we'll speak about in today's video. But also, one name that is coming back. We are speaking already about Calcio Mercato 26-27. Sergei Milinkovic Savic is the name of Fabrizio Romano. This and much more. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing well. Is it over with Israel 4, Italy 5? No, because 4 of our players are still involved in international break. We are speaking about the totally unnecessary friendly Wales, Canada with Jonathan David, Kefren Thuram on the bench, or playing a few minutes of France against Ireland in World Cup qualifiers, also World Cup qualifier for Kostic and Vlahovic during Serbia-England. To come back on the video that I uploaded yesterday, that was full of emotions, not a lot of being rational. Well, the titles of Italy are telling us, for example, Corriere dello Sport, un manicomio, a madhouse. It's a bit what I thought yesterday with the picture of Moiskin with that beautiful brace yesterday. Tutto Sport, Ringhio Show, the show of Gennaro Gattuso, Italia, gol e follie. Italy, goals and craziness, but the one that makes me extremely sad when speaking about Italy is the one of Gazzetta dello Sport, the pink page that is telling us Pazza Italia. I was about to say Pazza Inter because, you know, for the people that are understanding Italy or Italian and people that are following calcio, we know Pazza Inter is a bit the quote of that crazy Inter. Well, yesterday they were linking it to Italy, which makes me extremely sad. I don't know if Gazzetta dello Sport really wanted to refer to Inter, or I don't know. It's an Interista that was writing the title. Anyway, let's put it aside and focus on Juve, the Bianconeri. Yesterday we watched, unfortunately, Chico Conceicao leaving Portugal, arriving in Caselle first and then immediately going to the J Medical. We are waiting for the results that should arrive today to understand how many games he will miss. Maybe everything is okay and he will be there on the bench or starting against Inter. I highly doubt it. But the player, because of a muscular injury, had to leave the Portugal national team, so he will not play today. Let's see if he will be able to come back or how long he will miss. Unfortunately, we are playing now one game after the other. You know, with Derby d'Italia first, then the first game of Champions League 25-26 against Dortmund, and then Verona, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Am I surprised about Chico Conceicao being injured? No, I am not. Not because he's an injury-prone player. Injury-prone is actually something that a lot of people are now saying as soon as you have one injury. This is not really the definition of being injury-prone. Injury-prone is when something starts to be chronic, when a lot of time in a row you are really injured, and not because of a knock, but injury-prone is because of muscular, because of this, because of that. Now, I'm not surprised. For what reason? Because Chico Conceicao, and I already anticipated, I already warned you here on the channel, is a player that, if you're looking back at the history, is always missing a few games. End of August, beginning of September. It has always been like that with whatever club, not only with Juve. He missed with Ajax, he missed with Porto, he missed last season with Juve, and he's missing it again probably now this season with Juve. Why? Probably because of the physical structure of Conceicao that arrived really informed before all the other players, that is actually putting a lot of energy, muscles, autonomy in the legs, pushing hard in the beginning, and actually when there is a way of a moment of relax, that's the moment where he is at risk, and that's what we see now. He's never missing a lot of games, so he should come back as soon as possible. We are waiting for Chico, but now we need to think forward. What about the solution? Because games are not waiting. Due punte anti-Inter. This is one of the ideas that the media is speaking about. 2 strikers against Inter, or anti-Inter, to beat actually the 3-man defense of Kivu. What about Chico if he's not doing it? Well, what are the options? We go towards a 3-4-2 3-4-2-1 that the media is not really speaking about. We know that Igor Tudor started with a 3-4-2-1, and I would be surprised in a way if he's changing it now, because we don't have a lot of time to prepare it. I told you already that 4 of our players are still playing this evening, so tomorrow they will start traveling and probably not participating with the training session, which means that they will start training with the team on Thursday, the earliest. Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday we play. So changing way of playing immediately could be really strange. But 3-4-2-1 with who? Well, with the turn Koopmeiners that played 0 minutes with the Netherlands, that could actually substitute a Conceicao. You play with exactly the same team, with Joao Mario on the left or Weston McKennie, with Kalulu on the right wing back, with the same defense, with the same duo in the midfield, with Jonathan David and Yildiz there up front, but with Koopmeiners there. Was it a position where he did really well? Absolutely not. We preferred him when he was actually dropping back a bit more, but that could be one of the solutions also to give a bit of balance. Unfortunately, you will miss a lot of creativity there up front. So another solution to increase that creativity could be to play with a 3-4-1-2 without turn Koopmeiners, with Kenan Yildiz as a trequartista there between the two strikers. That could be Dusan Vlahovic that scored with Serbia, with Jonathan David that scored already with Canada. 2 players that already scored in Serie A 25-26 could be one of the options. Of course, you change a lot because you don't have your referring sponge there as offensive wingers as Chico Conceicao and Kenan Yildiz, but only Kenan in the middle. In the middle that we'll see a big battle with Çalhanoğlu, with Sukic, with Barella. Barella didn't play really well yesterday with Italy, but that could be really, really tough there, and we will see probably more Yildiz fighting in the middle than creating. So pay attention to that solution. What about Openda? A lot of people are telling me, could he be the temptation of Igor Tudor? Well, he could be. Why not? He could be that jolly, that surprising card, the one that nobody is expecting. But with 2-3 training session max, it will probably not be enough. Then you never know in life. But he could be the one next to Jonathan David or next to Dusan Vlahovic to continue with that 3-4-1-2 to discover the Belgian player in the starting 11 of Juve. Otherwise, we could be that we go towards a 3-5-2. You will tell me, Beppe, strange, 3-5-2 with Kenan Yildiz, Dusan Vlahovic there up front. We keep the same defense, and you add a Weston McKennie instead of Koopmeiners. Why? Well, I try to tell you with a small animation. If you have that 3-5-2, it's a 3-5-2, and you know it. Today we are not speaking anymore about formations 3-5-2, 3-4-2-1, but we are speaking about how you use the space when you are actually moving. Well, that 3-5-2 can easily become a 3-4-2-1 with these players on the field. Look at the movements. We have actually a Kalulu that is dropping in the back, with Kelly that is going as a left back, with Bremer and Gatti, and you create actually a 4-man defense, which will actually allow Joao Mario to push really on that left side, going higher, keeping that 3-man midfield, with Yildiz that is dropping a bit more to the right side to cover the position that is actually empty because of Chico Conceicao. Yildiz already played in that position in the past, but then it's not over, because you can ask Kelly and Kalulu to push even more on the wings, asking Locatelli to drop back to continue to form that 3-man defense without taking too much risk or without being too much exposed, with Joao Mario that is playing a bit more there on the left, pushing and giving a help to Kelly and Thuram, with Kenan Yildiz that can go a bit more closer to Dusan Vlahovic, or actually taking that right side to create from that way. It could be one of the solutions for Igor Tudor to continue to play with a 3-5-2 that becomes a 3-4-2-1 possession, non-possession. Tell me what you think about that tactical idea. One thing is sure, Yildiz plays. Yildiz starts and probably will play 90 minutes in the game against Inter. Why are we saying that? Because Yildiz, even if they lost 6-0 against Spain, was the best of Turkey. Was the best, not helped a lot by his teammates, but he was the best, the one that was the most dangerous, the one that was able to create, and hopefully the goals that he didn't score with his team, in national team, he will be able to score them against Inter like he was able already to do in 25-26. If you are speaking about Mercato now, the second topic of the video, well, Rui to Westerlo, it's not going. They didn't find an agreement between the team. That is confirming again how difficult Damien Comolli is in negotiation. If it's not his way, well, there is no way. We know it at the moment. The player is not finding a lot of minutes with Igor Tudor. Will he stay at Juve? Will he be able to go to another Campionato, for example, the Turkish one of Saudi Arabia? Well, only time will tell. I really believe that until the winter, he will stay with us, trying to fight, actually, to grab some minutes, waiting also to understand where Cabal will be used by Igor Tudor. Cabal that is training with the team. Can he be on the bench against Inter? Maybe. Of course, not from the start, but will he be the one that will take the spot of Kelly? Will he be the one that will reinforce that left side where Kostic is at the moment and Cambiaso? Question mark, let's see. But Cabal, a lot of people are waiting for him, so let's wait for Juan Cabal. Then Juventus Belgique is reporting the words of Fabrizio Romano, because we go and continue with Mercato, with Sergej Milinkovic Savic. It's the name that I'm speaking about since 2017, not because of Beppe, but because the media is speaking about Sergej Milinkovic Savic. It already started with the interest of Marotta, and it continued with Giuntoli, with Paratici, with Cherubini. It continued even now with Damien Comolli, with Modesto, with Giorgio Chiellini. What is happening? Well, he's in his last year of contract with Al Hilal, and they will try to extend him. At the moment, he's not sure to continue with Al Hilal, to extend his contract after being there, playing 2-3 seasons. And of course, having a lot of money in terms of salary, he would love to come back in Europe. Is it said that he will come back to Juve? No, but Juve and, of course, Marotta, Inter are looking for the player. Now, Simone Inzaghi, that coach him at Lazio, is a really good friend of him. He will try also to keep him, but Juve could go on a player like that. Juventus is looking to reinforce the midfield. They were really looking already this season to reinforce it. We heard so many names from Yulman to at the end it didn't happen. Well, that could be the real priority for next summer, and Sergej Milinkovic Savic, if he doesn't extend, could be a huge big opportunity. You will tell me, Beppe, 2017, if we sign him, it will be 2026. That means 9 years later. Well, the player is at the moment 30, will be 31 next year. It's not an old player, but he's an experienced player that could reinforce. But pay attention, I would add today, not go with it's a done deal or a fantastic opportunity, because also from Saudi Arabia, we are speaking about a Franck Kessié that said to some friends in Milano, I want to come back to Europe. Also him in his last year of contract could be another beautiful opportunity to reinforce the midfield of Juve. And if we are speaking about free contracts, pay attention to a different kind of player, because he's much more offensive, but the name of Bernardo Silva, that Juventus is already monitoring and trying from a distance to already start the first contacts to have the player at Juve. A player that is quality, a player that is really beautiful, a player that is the answer to Modric and to De Bruyne, but much younger and with a lot of qualities to reinforce for a few years Juventus midfield. Let me know what you think about these three names. Ragazzi, it's over for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to put a maximum of likes. Continue to subscribe to the channel. Grazie, forza, Juve.